You can't ever convince me that there's a doubt because I know there isn't no doubt. I tell you what, maybe we are a hung jury. It happens sometimes. We are not going to be a hung jury, but we are, right now, a perfect balance. Let's take it into the judge. If there is a reasonable doubt, I don't see it. The doubt is there in my mind. Maybe we should vote. What do you mean, vote? Not again. I still want to know. Vote on what? Are we or aren't we a hung jury? You mean that we vote yes, we are a hung jury, or no, we are not a hung jury? That's just what I was thinking. We can't even agree about whether or not the window should be open. Let's make it a majority vote. The majority wins. If 7 or more of us vote yes, that we are a hung jury, then we take it into the judge and tell him that we are a hung jury. Right. And if 7 or more vote no, that means that we aren't a hung jury and we go on discussing it. It doesn't seem quite right to me. It's the only solution. I agree. It's the only way. Anything to end this. Are we agreed then? 7 or more vote yes, and we take it into the judge. Let's call our votes out. I vote yes, we're a hung jury. 2, no. 3, yes. 4, yes. 5, no. 6, no. 7, yes. 8, no. 9, no. 10, yes. 11, no. 12, yes. Oh no! It's 6-6. We can't even get a majority to decide whether or not we're a hung jury. I went along with the majority vote on this question, and I didn't agree with voting that way. Not really, and I still don't. So I'm changing my vote. I say no, we are not a hung jury. I believe that the boy is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. There are some things I want to find out from those gentlemen that changed their minds. Then we are in a hung jury. So we go on. Good. We go on. What did you change? Why did you change your mind? He he seems so sure, and he has made a number of good points, while he only gets mad and insults everybody. Does the anger and the insult change the guilt of the boy? He did do it. Are you going to turn a murderer loose because one of the jurors gets angry when he thinks a murderer is going to be turned loose? That's true. There is a doubt. I don't think so. The track is straight in front of the window. Let's take that point. So the L train would have made a low rumbling noise. L trains screech when they go around curves. So the old man could have heard a scream, which is high pitched. And it is a tenement and they have thin walls. Good, good. That's it. That's it. And what if the old man was wrong about the time it took him to go to the door, but right about whom he saw? Please remember that there weren't any fingerprints on the knife, and it is summer, so gloves seem unlikely. Now I want you to listen to this man. He's got the goods. And it might have taken a few seconds to get a handkerchief out and wipe the fingerprints away. This is a point. Why don't we just time this one to see? Just what are we timing? Yes, let's be exact, please. I'm saying that the old man downstairs might have been wrong about how long it took him to get to the door, but that he was right about whom he saw running down the stairs. Now, it may have taken the murderer about 39 seconds to wipe away all the fingerprints and get down the stairs to the place where the old man saw him. The boy, that is. This is right. We reconstructed the old man getting out of the bed and going to the door, and we timed that. Now, let's construct the actual crime as well as we can reconstruct it. I think the murderer could use up 30 or 40 seconds pretty easily at that point. Let's reconstruct the killing. Yes, let's. Here, you do the stabbing. No, I'll do it. Why don't you be the one that gets stabbed? You're younger than I am, and don't forget, you take 1 second. And don't forget, you take 1 second to fall. And he was found on his right side. His right side. So fall and roll onto your right side. If someone hates another person enough to kill them, don't you think that it's reasonable to suppose that the murderer would look at his victim for a second or two? Divorce yourself from this particular case. Just human nature. Yes, it seems reasonable. Hey, wait a minute. He falls and he ends up on his right side. The father did, but stabbing someone isn't like shooting them, even when it's right in the heart. The father would have worked around for a few seconds, lying there on the floor, writhing maybe. That's quite possible. There would have been enough oxygen in his system to carry him for 2 or 3 seconds, I should think. Wouldn't the father have cried out? Maybe the kid held his mouth. That also seems possible. Also, there's another point we might bring out. Anyone who is clear enough mentally to wipe the fingerprints away after murdering someone, well, that person is also clear enough mentally to look around the apartment or the room in this case to see if there are other clues. It would just be for a second or two, I should think. But still, he would look around. This is getting better and better. We're trying to make it clear. One doesn't talk about quality when murder is involved. Well, let's do it. About this on the fingerprints. The kid wiped the fingerprints off the knife. Well, what about the doorknob? If I saw a man coming into my home, a man that hated me, and if he was wiping the doorknob with a handkerchief as he came in, it would have made me, I mean, it gave me an uneasy feeling. So the doorknobs must have been wiped after the killing, and this too would have taken some time. So the doorknobs must have been wiped after the killing, and this too would take some time. You timed the last one. Why don't you time this one too? All right.